Hello. We're here in Thomasville at Finch Field, established in 1935. It's our first stop for today. I figured we'd just kind of document this. It's an interesting story about this stadium. It was built again in 1935. Many minor leagues played here. First one looks like the Thomasville Chairmakers. I guess they were called the Chairmakers because this used to be a furniture producing town, a pretty big one. That's why they have the big chair. And then the Thomasville Tommies, Thomasville Dodgers, that was a Brooklyn Dodger affiliate. High Point Thomasville High Toms, and then Thomasville Royals. That was between 1937 and 1969. And if we go into the 70s, into the 80s, minor league baseball was not as popular. So there was a decline in attendance and whatnot. They used to have a wooden grandstand instead of what you see in here. And in 1982-83, the wooden grandstand was burnt down by arson. And it wasn't rebuilt or anything. There's a big gap until 1999. It looks like everything came back. I remember coming here in '99. There's still wooden bleachers. It wasn't what you see here, but they added in the lighting and fencing upgrades in 2002. They put in a new grandstand at 2005, and the dugouts as well, along with concessions. In 2007, they introduced a new infield. But this is not what we're here for. We're here for an old historical cemetery. The City Cemetery, 1855. Supposedly there's some people buried here that fought in the Civil War. No, it's not nighttime. Don't worry. We're not doing that. We don't do graveyards at night. The cemetery here is located in downtown Thomasville. As you can tell, they have made some of these old warehouses into different businesses. That we're not going to do today, but here is the cemetery. I came across this several years ago, a while back. Just randomly driving around waiting for something to be over to pick somebody up, and I was like, oh, this is cool, and I never really got out to explore it. I don't see any dates right now. There's 2019, 2002, 1967. I'm trying to find the old stuff, like I think it might be on the other end of the park. It's gonna be a walk. There's 1941. No, wait, that's when they got married. They were born in 1916, 1917. Mr. Morris passed away in '59, and Bernice, 1998. I don't know who Joseph Sherwood is. Maybe this, I don't know. Anywho, I'm looking for an 1800. Looking for an 1800 headstone. And I think I found it. I found somebody that was born in the 1800s. Died in 1912 on that one over there. Died in 1926. Curious to what happened here. There's two sons, it looks like. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, no. I can't read anything on that thing. There's two of them busted up over here, and there's two more down that way. '1914 passed away. I don't want to stand on, I don't want to be disrespectful. Oh, hang on. 1890? Yeah, this is really, really old. I can't read that one. Now, I don't have any history with me for this one. I don't know anything about this area, or who's buried here or whatnot. The only thing I do know is that there are some soldiers from the Civil War that were buried in here. And this person here must either that's a person or there's somebody very important, or that may just be the intro to the cemetery. Dedication is 2015, Thomasville City Cemetery, Scatter Garden. Huh. And this over here is interesting. I don't know if I'm stepping on anybody. I hope not, but I think I did. I think I just did. Sorry. (2010). I think this is they do tours. I should probably do the tour, but it's by appointment only, and this is kind of short notice. It's the cremation garden. Okay. 2019, we got 2019, 2009. Looks like they got something planned out there. And it feels like it's starting to rain. 2025, oh man. 2024. Yeah, it's too soon. Anywho, there's houses around here. And supposedly, from what I read up on, what I can find is some of the neighbors see shadow figures in a cemetery. Spooky. Now, I don't have anything. Again, I don't have anything that like Lydia's Bridge. I don't really have a story to tell outside of this thing was established in what, 1855. And it's rather large for a small town like Thomasville. As you can hear the train coming by. There's an old train station down the way. I mean, we may go take a look. When I say old, it's like extremely small. It's like a little building where they would hike in all the furniture supplies to make the furniture. I don't have a time frame on when that switched over to High Point, because now High Point, kind of a neighboring city, they are now the furniture capital of the world. But at one point, Thomasville produced a ton of furniture, produced a lot of jobs. Yep, it's raining. The rain is gone, but we drove into the cemetery. There's a museum by appointment only. And if you can't tell, that's classic Thomasville. Got to protect the windows. So I did a little bit of research, the best I could. There's not much. Obviously this is a historical burial ground with some modern people in it as well. Buried here supposedly is the town's earliest families, Civil War soldiers, mainly Confederate, veterans from other wars, World War I, World War II, Vietnam, so on, so on. So yeah, a lot of these people were born early 1900s, late 1800s. Again, I don't have any ties to this cemetery. I just thought it would be cool to kind of come back years later after I stumbled upon it by accident, not knowing it was here. But yeah, it's pretty large. It's pretty large. There's a thing over here. Let's take a look. Tell us about the cemetery. How many acres are we talking? Walk of Honor. Go here. Oh. I guess that's just a memory in memory of. Yep, Walk of Honor. Thomasville City Cemetery. 1862, fleeing civilians from war-torn parts of eastern North Carolina found refuge in Thomasville. Oh, and many took a temporary residence at the L.L. Thomas Hotel near the North Carolina Railroad Depot. We may try to go over there and take a look at that. If you want to pause it and read this, you can. I'm not your first grade teacher. I'm not gonna read you. I'm not gonna read this, but yeah, that's a Confederate dead in the bloody lane. I remember 14 NC infantry. Thomasville Rifles, raised in Thomasville. Yeah, you'll see a bunch of flags here. Different kind of flags. And but yeah, how would you like to live in a house where you stepped out the back door and there's a cemetery? Ooh, squirrel. Is he hurt? Or is he just sneaking by? There's another, that's a home down the way. Wow, how would you like to step out your front door and see the cemetery? Or hear noises at night and you're not sure where it's coming from. So yeah, this cemetery. Thought we stop by here. I do want to stop by the train depot. Maybe we can get a closer look at that. So let's go do that. Before we venture out to the train depot, this is the only standing grave here. 1931. The Myers. I wouldn't want to go in there, to be honest. We're at the other end of the cemetery. I didn't know how big this was, honestly. It's pretty big. Have you been good today? Here we are. The old train station. You can get your picture taken, like you're the conductor. It looks like you can walk in. I guess it's a little museum too, kind of like the cemetery. But this used to be a booming area, and now there's abandoned shops, and oftentimes these businesses go in and out. It's just a revolving door of different businesses and whatnot. But I wonder, it's probably, yeah, it's locked. There's computers in there, so we're not gonna test it. But Thomasville, how's the tour? The tour center. Let's go on the backside. I guess this is where they loaded up. They must have moved the tracks. Here is train station, Thomasville. So there's quite a few things historical in Thomasville. We've covered Finch Park. We Briefly covered the cemetery and who's buried there, and then now we're at the train station. Next stop is I'm gonna take you over to the chair. Unfortunately, yes, tonight is prom for Thomasville High School because there's a ton of people, ton of kids taking pictures over in that area. Let's go see if we can get a quick video. There's the big chair. Unfortunately, I cannot really get up there. There's a line for photography for prom, but this is the back side of the chair. There's the front of the chair. Like I said, I can't get the front right now, but too many prom people. This is downtown Thomasville, right on the outskirts of right over there is the cemetery we were just at. There's City Hall. I could go for a Pepsi right now. Very healthful, invigorating and refreshing. Couldn't get a new sign, so we just placed the sticker 7 over the 8. Nothing to see here. There's the back side of City Hall. We just saw the front. Now we're on the back side. We're gonna make our way over to the car. There is one more spot I want to try to find. I know a little bit about. It's certainly an abandoned building. So if we can find it, we're gonna show it. But we're gonna walk through, and they got a bunch of these alleyways like this throughout Thomasville, throughout this area here. A little balcony up there. I guess that's little Edison lights. Must be a little party thing. Have your parties there. And then this takes us back out where we kind of were. The train station is over here to the right. The big chair's on the left. What time does prom start? They're out at like 4:30. I found it. So we've been inside there one time, and it was on a live stream on Twitch. I went in, I went around back. I didn't go fully in, I didn't go upstairs or anything. When I came back out to my car, I found something interesting on the ground in front of my front door of my vehicle. But there used to be an opening, and they got it blocked off by center blocks, but there used to be a fence that went across, not the center blocks, but the barricade right there. And that door has since taken a beating, as it doesn't have the window there anymore. I told you, got to protect the windows here. There is an opening over here. We're not going to do it, but this building here served as a school for African Americans back in the 1930s and 40s. Then it became, I believe it became like a medical facility, and then obviously it just shut down. There's no roof on it. But yeah, I stumbled across this by accident one day, and it was pretty cool. I did go, like I said, I did go around back. I did step foot inside on the first floor, but I did not go on the second floor. There is a second floor, and we did not go up there. That would be ignorant. There's an old flagpole here. Churches. Something school. Churches Reed School, maybe? If you guys can make that out, let me know. we can do some more research and figure out what really went on here. But yeah, I believe that is it for today. The video is over.